Even though it's far, when we show 'em we can face it. It's not a prophecy, I know that we can rise again. Holding my hand, I holding your own. United we stand, divided we fall. So that's what they say when I come with ball. When I tell you on that side, and I get no bro. I got L to the O to the V and the E. If we fighting together, we can conquer this team. From the east to the west, then waving the flag from the north to the side. You're not joining the team. You go where you pella, you love my crown. Who kill it? Who got it?
I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Free land on Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Mama was born, yeah. Papa was born, yeah. They hold us together, the honey boy, yeah. Nabalike na koya bake na papa kobo. Nabalike na koya bake na papa kobo. Nabalike la kowe na papa.
No, but we fall for the bone. True son of the soil, I'm a prince in my own. Never gonna lie, me, I love LIB. Even though it's far, when we show 'em we can face it. It's not a prophecy, I know that we can rise again. Holding my hand, I'm holding your own. United we stand, divided we fall. So that's what they say when I come with ball. When I tell you on that side, and I get no bro.
I certainly love Liberia. Today is the 18th day of August 2023. We are so glad to be here today, this evening. We want to use this time to welcome all of you following, listening to us by whatever means you are using to listen to this program. This is the biggest thing happening on radio at about this time in Liberia. We want to announce to you that the program you're listening to is called The Open Conversation. And The Open Conversation is a 2-hour current affairs program that talks about the major happenings in the country and how we can be able to build the bonds and be able to develop the human resource capacity of our country so that Liberia can be the best country that we all claim we are the future leaders, we're the best country, we're best country and all of that, so that Liberia can be a best country predicated upon the rehabilitation of the young people and the future leaders of the country. Welcome and welcome however you're listening. Let me now cross over to the decks, but before I am Washington Tappert Jr., and let me cross over to the decks to welcome my host.
Cross over to the decks. What is that?
It was.
Okay, it's good to be here this evening again on Open Conversation. And we'd like to welcome all of you who are joining us via the social media or, when you're listening to your radio. Welcome to Open Conversation. It's good to be here again. Today is Friday. I love Fridays anyway.
Friday is love.
You just know that you can sleep
Exactly.
all morning. So it's good to be here. What's up?
Yes, I'm good. Today is the weekend. The weekend begins today, so I'm good. But you look so good.
Thank you.
Friday good.
Yes.
Yes, you eat and sleep. So today our prime guest is going to be P. Edwin Tistel. He's a representative candidate on the ticket of the All Liberian Party. P. Edwin Tistel is contesting in your district, district number 2, and district number 2 is certainly going to be on a discussion today on our platform. So those of you in district number 2, Edwin Tistel is going to tell us why he wants to be representative. What are some of the things that he has contributed to the district and his working and impactation. So district number 2, I know certainly you are locked down tonight to listen to one of the contenders in Edwin Tistel. He will soon be here and we will commence this beautiful interview. But after we've announced our guests, we move strictly into trending issues. And today, there are too many things happening today.
Of course. We're beginning to see some steam. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It looked like it was a, ruling party thing, Coalition for Democratic Change thing. But now today, the campaign seems to be gaining steam, and we hope, all the political parties keep it that way. We like it that way.
Exactly. Exactly. So too many things happening today from the angle of the CPP, from the angle of the Unity Party, from the angle of the election magistrate in Bon County. Then today, Liberia celebrates 20 year of uninterrupted peace. I think it goes with a strong and astronomical acclamation to all of us in the country. All of us, Titi Jibro, Washington Tape, and everybody in the country who has one way or the other contributed to the peace and stability of the country. It goes out for all of us. We want to say, we love Liberia. We have contributed to Liberia. The peace of Liberia rests on our shoulder. And a big one goes to the government as well, for maintaining the peace within 6 years, within 12 years, within 20 years. We have not been able to revert to the ugly past and the ugly days that we've had that damaged the lives of innocent people in this country. And we are not looking forward to going back to, those ugly days. We're hoping and praying that we'll keep the peace. We will love this country. We will ensure that even in our adversities, political adversities, we will always ensure that the future of this country rests on our shoulders. Liberia celebrates 20 years of uninterrupted peace. It's a good one. It's a good record. We keep on rolling. We keep on strolling this one. Next year, we're hoping that we'll still continue. Moving forward, similar thing we talked yesterday. The election magistrate in Bong County won the politicians in Bong. They warned them in Bong that there was this issue of tearing down, people, banners and posters. The magistrate, Mr. Daniel Newland, the election magistrate in Bong, spoke strongly against this, and I think this has got to do. Look, fellow Liberians, there is nothing in violence and insolence. I think we have got to desist from these inimical acts. Stop tearing down people's banners. It's wrong. Stop it. It's a serious electoral violence, and we need to stop it. We must do all we can to adhere to the Farmington Declaration and ensure that Liberia be a place of respect for one another. Why you go about tearing people's banners? This is wrong. This is a recipe for disaster, and we must stop it. It's a means of creating violence. We must stop it. So today, Mr. Daniel Newland was very strong on it. He's the election magistrate in Bong County, was very strong, very, very strong on it. And he warned all those political parties and actors that if you are caught, the National Elections Commission will certainly take actions, provided the investigation prove which political institution you come from. And this has got to stop. It has certainly got to stop. Today, Mr. Barker spoke, former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. He spoke in Painesville. And there was this political rally, and a few people were given support to the presidential bid of the former Vice President Joe Barker. And there was this, a political convocation, and he spoke today. But I listened to what he said. In his altercation, Mr. Barker had said that he's not into this campaign or wanting to be the president of the Republic of Liberia because he wants money. That's the first thing he said. He said, I'm not into this because I want money. But he's not also into this because of his own business, but he's into this, to be able to redeem the Liberian people. That's what he said. He's into this thing to
redeem the Liberian people from what?
The few things he said, I listed them here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is the point, So he said he's into this to redeem the Liberian people. He's not into this for profit making. He's not into this for his political, financial, insatiable quest. But he's into this for a general redemption. That's what he said. And the next thing he said, if the country isn't being led by someone who believes in the Liberian people's future, and then there will be no opportunity for the Liberian people to enjoy, their inheritance. That's what he said. Those were lines that are wrote and are captured. Now, the things that Mr. Boaka said that he's...
So you said the man said he's in it to redeem the future of the Liberian people. How is he going to do that? How is he going to redeem the future of Liberia?
There are points.
He's not in it for gain. We know he said he's living on loan anyway, so we understand he's not in it for the loan for the gain. But how is he going to redeem the future of Liberia?
Here is it. So he spoke about, I think I grabbed 8 different counts.
Think Liberia?
No, not that thing Liberia stuff.
Love Liberia?
No,
Okay.
that's not it. The factors he spoke about in redeeming the country, he talked about huge corruption. He talked about no playground, right?
What?
Yes.
Playground for who? For the
And
children?
for the kids.
What happened to the Chevron Park?
That's what I'm coming. I'm coming to that. You understand?
If
He
I
talks
did
about no playground. He talks about no library. He talks about no good environment. He talks about the 6 years has been wasted. That's what he said. He said no good education. He said no good medical facilities. And he said no good roads.
So as close as he was to the presidency, he was the vice president for 12 years. And the only playground we inherited, or the CDC government inherited from the Unity Party government, was the Chevron Park that was not even open to the public, but you had to pay money just to take pictures there. How come he didn't say anything about it?
So here is it. Mr. Barker said that he wants to develop, he wants to redeem the country. That's why they call this team their rescue team. Now, but if you talk about huge corruption, let's take Mr. Barker's back, the former vice president. Let's take him back. If you talk about huge corruption, now, Madam Shelley is on tip. His boss is on tip. In the 90 meetings or the 99 meetings of their administration, she said, we were unable to tackle corruption. That means corruption beat the system. The Unity Party system. It beat the system. And Mr. Barker
That assist Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to fight corruption.
Exactly. You're talking about huge corruption. Now, but if you take a look back, just take a political flashback, you will realize that your boss made a definitive position when it comes to corruption at the dying minute of your leadership as vice president of the Republic of Liberia. He said, your boss, the former president, said, we were unable to unite the country. That means there was a maximal divisive political environment that you guys created. She said we were unable to unite the country. We were unable to fight corruption because you said corruption would have been a public enemy.
Number one.
At the end of the day, you said we were unable to tackle corruption.
He
So
came
that
to
means
power with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former president, and she said, under my administration,
Exactly.
corruption will be public enemy number one.
exactly.
Mr. Boaka knew that for the first 6 years, he didn't say anything. He knew that they squandered opportunities. He never said anything. When President Sirleaf said that, she was not able to fight corruption, he did not say anything. When President Sirleaf described the education system of our country as a mess, Ambassador Boaka did not say anything, even though he sat in that same government for 12 years. How is he going to convince the Liberian people now that when it comes to education in Liberia, it's a different story? It's what I really don't understand. Because he has not been able to say to the Liberian people what difference he's bringing. All that, charade will fight corruption. How are you going to fight corruption? The fact of the matter is you served for 12 years. You did not fight corruption. Your boss said that, she couldn't fight corruption. You were right in that same government. You did not resign. You were the person who was next in command. You never one day said that, I think we're not doing well with fighting corruption as a government. You have never spoken publicly about the system, the educational system of our country as a vice president. We don't see your mark when it comes to education in our country. What have you done with young people? What have you done with Lofians when it comes to education? What what is Ambassador Boaka telling the Liberian people that he has done, even though he was not in the driver's seat, but he was taking taxpayers' money, and he had an intention to run to become president of this country. And we know that whether we like it or not, if you are a Liberian and you have intentions to run in this country for political position, there are things you must do to make the Liberian people understand that you care and you want to make their lives different. We can point to anything when it comes to the former vice president. So how come he's going out to give us roads when even during his tenure, places during the season, he abandoned his own county. There is nothing in Lofa that you can point to say that this is Ambassador Boaka's project in Lofa County, and this is what he has done for the people of Lofa County. Not to even talk about Liberia as a whole. So it really beats my imagination, though.
So exactly. So if you talk about huge corruption, you have to have a reflection on where you came from. Now you said no playground. Right?
Amen.
Yes.
Chevron Park, we saw it, and I think it lies in ruins now. So maybe the current government now will have to go and renovate that park, because this government is in the business of giving the young people somewhere to recreate. And now you're thinking about park after 12 years when we never had a park, because I continue to say that I myself pay money, in that Chevron Park to take picture. That is how, so low we are as a country, because we're looking for somewhere beautiful to carry our children to take pictures. When somebody is having birthday, when they're having party or something, you just want a beautiful place to take a picture. That was how it was, under Ambassador Boaka's 12-year rule. Now you have the Invincible Park, you have several parks now under this government.
Under construction.
Absolutely. How come you're telling us now that you want to give us...
So let's do the comparative analysis. Let's do that. So you talked about no good environment.
Environment
what
for
what? Do you mean? Good environment, you talk about no good education. Let's do the comparative stuff, Titi. Let's do it. Let's compare the education. Your boss, Madam Salif, said the Liberian education system is a mess. She said that openly as the president, whose responsibility is to ensure the improvement of the country in all sectors, who presides and steers the affairs of the country, comes to the public and said the education system in the country is a mess. And today, the former vice president is telling the Liberian people that there's no good education. So it's to lay the foundation. That's what they say.
But you didn't do it before you were there. You didn't do anything. You were there, you do nothing, and now you do nothing. My son used to say. So I don't know. Let's go to something else. Is that all Ambassador Boaka said? He was in things at the town hall.
No good medical facilities.
Amen. That is same thing over and over and over. Look at JFK now. We had Dr. Brown here. Dr. Brown was talking about all of the good things that are happening at the John F. Kennedy, Memorial Center. And everybody knows that, under Ambassador Boaka and President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, JFK was called. I think good came out of that referral hospital. And Ambassador Boaka would say today that, with the Emirates Hospital up and running, with the 14 military hospital up and running that saved lives during the coronavirus, with the hospital, with with what's happening at the John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital. Ambassador Boaka would say that no good medical care for the people of Liberia, when now there are certain things that you don't have to go to Ghana to do, because those services are available right now at the JFK, when people did not have the services during his 12 years in power, and they had to go to Ghana just to do MRI. You had to go to Ghana to do that. Dialysis, you had to go to Ghana to do that. And now you can do that right here at JFK. Ambassador Boaka would say that, the health sector, and again, the money that they got 6 years ago, or 12 years ago, the money that the international community, coupled with all of everything that the 12 years, of their rule.
Because our country just came from war.
Yeah, because we came from war. All
everybody was willing to support.
that was given to this country, nothing came out of the health sector as is better today. So Ambassador Bwaga needs to tell us what difference, is he really going to bring to the presidency. It's really, really important. Instead of going over and over the same things that you said or your boss said were not working, when you stayed in power for 12 years, you come back again and say it's not happening. It's like you don't have anything to say to the Liberian people. And it's sad because you should be an alternative. And if you are an alternative, you're not coming to tell us that no good healthcare, no good roads, no good
medical facilities.
schools. Who's going to buy that? How? They were not any better when you left office for 12 years.
They were diminished.
And 6 years on, you see that progress is being made. So how the Liberian people going to believe such a thing? Anyway, October 10 is going to tell.
October 10 is going to be the decisive day. The Liberian people will decide whether.
So Mr. Cummings was out today.
Exactly. Mr. Cummings, the CPP was out today. And today was the naming of the CPP's campaign team. So the CPP named its campaign team today, and the advisory chair, the national advisory chair on the campaign team is Toga Gatewick McIntosh, the advisory chair, the national advisory chair. The chairman of the campaign is Ambassador Louis Brown. The CPP is talking about change, right? So we're going to discuss the figures. Those people who are going to bring the change to Liberia, because they say Liberia needs change. So we're going to.
They're the fixer.
Very good. The fixers. Don't want to go and fix. They're coming to fix the country. So Toga Gatewick McIntosh is going to be the one advancing the fixers. Those that come and fix the country.
Okay.
So Ambassador Louis Brown is going to be the chair for the fixing. What are you laughing for?
What are you
laughing for?
I'm supposed to laugh.
Okay, no problem. All right, so
I just thought about we tired suffering,
you carry my mind way back there.
Oh Lord, he's the chair of the campaign, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So his deputy is Josh Wisner. The campaign team, Josh Wisner is his deputy.
New bottles.
Joshua Candidate is the deputy for logistics. Azivad is also on the campaign team. Azivad was at the rally today.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw him on video.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw him when they called him. He came on the stage and waved his hand and stuff like that. Aloysius is the legal man, the one for legal party stuff, and one other Briscoe Toll is on the campaign team. Lafayette Good is the spokesman for the campaign team. Moriah Yakula is also on the campaign team.
That's what is opposition?
I didn't capture that. Yes, I didn't capture. Moriah Yakula is also on the campaign team, and there are too many people on the campaign team today.
How did they name the team? Is it only 2 months already, or they had for all of the counties?
What Mr. Cummings did
are
today.
heading the teams in the counties.
What Mr. Cummings did today, there was this form that they did. So Mr. Cummings named the national campaign team. Yes. Then what is his name? The chairman named the different auxiliary for the campaigns, like
Chairman Brown.
Yeah, the Honorable Chairman Brown.
Okay.
Yes. So he named the Maserado campaign, the Lofa campaign, Bong.
Were there familiar names?
Most of the names.
Because even
most
the
of the
names on the national campaign team, we're not too familiar with them.
They're strange.
And so I'm just wondering about, those who are going to the various counties to campaign.
Most of the names.
Is it because, a lot of people are, leaving the party in the counties?
But we were on this platform, I think, a couple of days ago when the entire Nima County chapter resigned from the CPP. They talked about
from the CPP.
Yeah. So those people who have the face in these counties, if they are resigning, who are you taking? They're strangers.
Did they speak about that?
No. They haven't spoken.
So do they have any schedule where they're campaigning?
No, they did not put up any schedule today. Today was specifically for their naming. Maybe in subsequent times, they will certainly put out their schedules. But honestly, the CPP did not put up their schedule today, and they only named their campaign. And a couple of people made statements. Like one of the persons I captured was Representative Koluba. Representative Koluba was given the podium, and you see, this is something I don't understand. Yes, this is something I want to grab something.
You see, rather come to fix it.
Yes. So I was thinking, right? Representative Koluba puts himself into two different political institutions. The Unity Party.
The mayor is in the opposition.
And I'm coming. and the CPP. So I was thinking, on October 10, who exactly Representative Koluba is going to vote for?
When he gets in the ballot box, whoever comes to his head is the person he's going to vote for. For me, that is not the thing. The thing is, Cummings is saying that he's a fixer. He's coming to fix this country, and that's why I call them all wine in new bottle. He allowed a Yeke Koluba to mount the stage where he was sitting, right? This is a person who goes out, and speaks to the media just anyhow about everybody in this country. The first person in this country to the last person in this country, Yeke Koluba insults them to the letter. And this is the person who, Mr. Cummings, who is the fixer and who is carrying himself as a better candidate. This is the person he's showcasing at his campaign, the naming of his campaign team. Isn't that, a different message he's sending?
And giving his political support.
He's wining and dining with Yeke Koluba, who can abuse anybody at any time.
Women.
Who doesn't even, who is not a representation of the young people, neither the older people, nor the middle age. Because nobody wants their child to listen to a Yeke Koluba speak. He is not a role model as a representative. All he does is just insult everybody, and he thinks that's the way people can recognize him, because he doesn't say anything. Because if you know how to put your points across, you will not insult everybody. Because you lack the ability to do that, that's why you insult everybody. And Mr. Cummings calls himself the fixer, right? He wants to lead this country, but then he gives a platform to Yeke Koluba. What was Koluba saying?
Koluba was cautioning the people. Koluba does insult. He doesn't. So he took to the stage and he told the people, the opposition unity, the reason I decided to be, to run as independent candidate. Yeah.
Confusing.
The reason I decided to run as independent candidate is to be, is to ensure that the day Mr. Cummings goes to the second round, I can talk to the people in the opposition from the Unity Party, the Liberty, the Fragmented.
You talked to Kun after he accused Kun?
Yeah, after he said, I think Kun, blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. Then you go and talk to Kun. After probably, he and Costa, they've had this, back and forth. Then probably you go to Costa. Those people you insulted. Those people you relegated, those people you reduce with your language, are you able to go back to them? We're talking about fixing the country.
By example, if you entertain people like Yeke Koluba, then it doesn't seem that you're serious.
How do you bring morality to the country?
Yeah, you can be fixing the country. You can want to fix the country, and then you wine and dine with Yeke Koluba. He should be in the back because he has, a voting right.
He should not be in the back. You can't
be that kind of. No, he will vote for him.
He should be somewhere else.
You can put him on stage to come and speak when you are at a rally. It doesn't send a very good signal for the
growing up generation.
No, I'm not talking about a generation, because the generation knows that Yeke is doomed, right? But if you are a political party, a very serious political party, you can parade somebody like Yeke Koluba on the stage to come and speak, because he doesn't say anything that appeals to the consciences of the people. All he does is insult. And so if you want to be the person who is going to fix this country, you can be fixing this country with people like Yeke Koluba.
Not at all.
Not possible.
Not at all. So this was
Not convincing at all.
this was what happened today with Mr. Boyka, Mr. Cummins, the election magistrate, and today Liberia celebrates 20 year of uninterrupted peace. So I think we can take a few calls. Our guest is already in the waiting room. 0880-514-096 are the numbers to call. 0880-514-096 are the numbers. So you listen to the many talking points that we've talked about. It is your time to weigh in, and we go strictly to take in Mr. Edwin Tistel.
Yeah, at least the campaign is gaining steam. You know, the party outside.
ANC
Ambassador Boyka was in a town hall today.
Yeah.
So why the journalists ran away from the main program making today?
You asked the journalist.
Yeah, Jesus.
Ask the journalist. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Washington and State City. How you doing?
We're doing good. What's your name and where you come from?
Yeah, this is E. Armstrong Bapu, Chairman. We are one round territory.
Armstrong, go ahead.
This evening.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, I think. Thank you for the talking point. Sir, my sister, there's no change or nothing that people have to face. If you bring a man called Louis Brown, why will Louis Brown say? You get called over, why you get to face? 6 years now, you can't show anything in the district. Well, let me just caution my fellow young people, the grandchildren, those are other students in high school that never had the opportunity to go to university, and today we are giving us the opportunity. We that come from the rural area where to go in our river town and villages was very difficult, but today we are making it possible for us to at least go to our capital city, let us maintain ourselves, come together, peaceful, and united, and re-elect our president. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Armstrong. Thank you very much. I think we have a caller there. Good evening. Good evening.
How you doing?
We're doing good, sir. What's your name and where you come from? Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Are you hearing us?
How you doing?
Well, okay, sir. What's your name and where you come from?
Is it ELBC?
This is ELBC, sir.
Okay, this for area Toba. This for area Toba.
Sir, you are live. Just go ahead.
Okay, first of all, let me greet my daughter in the studio, Titi. Maria Toba, number, microphone, here, you go number, me. For the work workers use, so they understand a concern about the playground. He said, this government should play children thing. That's what he's saying, that's what he used. So he had me to say that in no playground here, he see playground, but he said the government are children, they are grandchildren.
Oh.
So that's what he means.
Oh, that's what he meant then.
One right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
At least the children doing something.
Thank you. Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
Yeah, my name is Joseph Buma from Mount Baptist.
Go ahead, Joseph.
Yeah, I think Omen Boyka has said it all, but level at rest will choose. I said, well, what all he said is true.
Okay. So, thank you. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Present.
My name is Molisa calling from Pinsway. Today, can I give suggestion to your program?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Please try to call the report getting vexed. Today they were talking about like representing coming to Africa. OKF they said they are improving. I think they got some people like fact check. But the report call you're getting vexed. It's not true.
So what should we call him? Call him to do it.
Interview him. Then you give him a view.
And you heard him, okay, that's fine. I have view there. He's entitled to it.
When he can go other places and say something. Good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Steven Cooper. I do call you from Cal City.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Sister T. How are you? For this one, actually, I will somehow deviate from you about Honor Yeke Koruba appearing to speak. Yeke is a good gentleman, our Liberian laws maker. He has a loyalty, he has a fees to speak anywhere he appears. So, it's not wrong to do that. You know, we look at the case of Yeke Koruba and we look at the case of Natana S. Michael. I think Yeke Koruba is more better than Natana Michael, who is sanctions and been placed on a play nominated on a party ticket and he contesting on a party ticket. I think it's more disgraceful than Yeke Koruba is speaking.
Okay.
So look at that too.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's the kind of society you want for us to have. Good evening.
Just go off the line now. You've already, made your point.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
So you call, we answer the phone. You're just holding the line.
Yeah, this is ELBC. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you're speaking is because it's state radio, so you don't want to threaten your job. So what you're saying about Yeke Koruba, Yeke is very good. You can speak the truth.
Okay.
The kind of when you speak it is the truth because you're on a state radio, you don't want to lose your job. So what you're
Thank you,
saying,
yeah. At least a good to get job. Thank you, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good evening.
Sir, go ahead. What's your name and where you come from?
My name is Abasingi Kobo and I come from Congo.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
You are live, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Very much for talking point in studio. When it comes to the issue of Yeke Koruba, I don't think Yeke Koruba is a leader. Firstly, Mr. Kumi even made a mistake today. He even gave Yeke Koruba his platform. Because if you come here to preach about you want to get empowered and do their own thing. And for that, I don't think it will be necessary for to get them our power. Thank you very much.
I think we'll take the last call. Good evening. You are last caller.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Go ahead.
My name is
We'll just leave it there. So
let's take a short break, and when we are back, we usher in our guest this evening on Open Conversation.
We'll
Stay
take
with
this
us,
break to be
please.
right back.
From the east to the west, north to the south, yeah, let's come together. From the east to the west, north to the south, yeah, let's come together. I know. They say you're not there, we stand, divided we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you forget it. You from Lower Country, you from Maryland. Voila, you from Rewa City. I'm a bad and we own your crib. I walk on the fine way. Tabila, Kriwako. I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah.
I was raised in in the slum, but I chill with my guns. Kept it on the low, but we fall for the bones. True son of the sun, I'm a prince in my own. Never gonna lie, me, I love LIB. Even though it's far, when we show 'em we can face it. It's not a prophecy, I know that we can rise again. Holding my hand, I holding your own. United we stand, divided we fall. So that's what I say when I come with ball. When I chillin' on that side, and I get no bro. I got L to the O to the V and the E. If we fighting together, we can conquer this team. From the east to the west, then waving the flag from the north to the side. Yeah, I'm joining the team. You go where you pella, you love my crown. Who kill it? Who got Jono?
I love Liberia, oh yeah yeah. Freeland on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah yeah. Oh yeah yeah. I love Liberia, oh yeah yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia, oh yeah yeah. Oh yeah yeah. Mama was born, yeah. Papa was born, yeah. They hold us together, the honey boy, yeah. Nabalike na koya bake na papa po. Nabalike na koya bake na papa po. Nabali pole po, na papa po. Nabali pole po, na papa po. La biro waka po ma o. La biro waka ma o. Bangada no waka ma o. I know from the east to the west, north to the south, yeah, let's come together as one. They say united we stand, divided we fall. If we not celebrate, we do it for yeah. Walla you from Angela, you from Lower County, you from Maryland. Walla you from Rewa Sessu. I'm a bad way on your river. I'm up on the fine way. La villa, I love Liberia, oh yeah yeah. Freeland on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah yeah. Oh yeah yeah. I love Liberia, oh yeah yeah. Play for me and you.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. We're glad to have Mr. P. Edwin Tisdale. Please seated. Mr. Tisdale, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Washington, and good evening, Titi Jibo. Even though it's my first time being here, but good evening to the peace-loving people of District Number 2 and Liberia Large.
Okay, so welcome anyway. So how are you doing? How are you faring today? And how is it going on with you today?
Well, I'm doing extremely well. I'm doing extremely good. Just that there's a minor cool, but I'm doing extremely good. We are on an intensive movement, especially when it comes to our district. And on the fact that we are doing an intensive movement for 60 days plus, I mean, it's something that's tiring and sometimes you get exhausted, but you have to make sure you move in both day and night.
Okay, so both day and night. Tell us who is Edwin P. Tisdale and your district commitment and why you want to be the next representative, District Number 2. Tell us, who are you? Your background, whether if you have any, your status. Just tell us.
So Edwin Tisdale is a Liberian, a businessman. Been into business for 15 years, and the owner of Champion Group of Companies. Champion Group of Companies consists of Champion Designs, Champion Minimac, Champion Petroleum, and Champion Farm. And I think if you're aware, I been into business for I've been giving birth to other businesses his design. These are people that are grown for years. They work with me, and we have to make sure we give them our blessing. And today they are CEO of their own. And I'm a married man.
Okay.
Yeah, with 3 living kids, 6 other adopted, and I have I'm a Christian, and so far that's it for my private life. I'm a candidate for the master program, and also when it comes to my district, I am the person that I think should be able to redeem that district.
You think?
Yeah, sure.
So
So here's it. Our district is situated on the path of Monserrado, is like an industrial park. And like anything you want to do, you always have to do your fact finding.
Okay.
Yeah, like when it comes to the business world, what you do is that you go down the drain where you want to do, you want to sell foam. So what you do is that you go back, you do your fact finding, you do your market research. You know exactly what is it they sell the foam for and what they need to do. So with the same thing with the district, if you want to lead people, like you have like 61,579 person that registered voters, or I know there are more people in that district. You want to lead those people in that district, you have to do your fact finding.
Exactly. Doing your fact finding. My question is, what ignited you to want to lead district number 2? What did you see were the many problems in the district for which you want to lead?
So, like I often say to people that mothers solve emotional problem, pastors solve spiritual problem, lawyers solve legal problem, and like you are Washington, you have to solve certain problem. So there are people who come on earth to solve certain problem.
Okay.
So as a person who want to emancipate people, who see that liberation is something that is key to you, you cannot sit one place too long, or you cannot sit one place like you're in a comfort place. I don't like to feel that I'm in a comfort zone. So only the fact that my district, the people, they are oppressed. There are a lot of oppressivity going on within our society today. So the people are oppressed. That's the reason why if you ask a part of my district, if you ask anybody right now, do you want to leave from here? You find out that people keep on leaving this place, people traveling. People want to, they said the last time, jokingly, they said, Gil Devil traveled to Dubai, the Gil Devil ran away. The under 17 team players went, and the medic left, and I think the coach, somebody left, musician traveled, they ran away. There are a lot of things keep happening to people. People think that they are not part of the system, or they are not feeling part of the system. So whenever they are given an opportunity to travel to a developed country, they have to run away.
Are you pointing out the lapses in your district?
So based on that, our people in our district, they have some fear. That's one. So reconciliation, which is key in my district, you cannot cut off the fact that they had the Muslim and Christian war, or let's say Iraq war. Something war came about
Where?
In my district. It started from my district, from Black Gina going on to Jacobstown. They burned churches, they burned malls. A lot of things happened, and that fight or that short-term war happened in my district. So there are people who in my district still think that they are Christian, they should not pass, or they should not venture into the domain of the Muslim. The Muslims still think that they are Muslim, they should not venture.
And that is what you want to solve as
These are problems of reconciliation that we need to solve.
So you mean you have an own a divided district?
Sure.
That's why you want to be
Sure.
representative. What are some of the factors? What are some of the things that enacted you to run? You talk about one, reconciliation.
Two, industrialization.
Okay.
Like the people need to be empowered. And I saw kerosene matches, mosquito coil right in that same district. My father died. I know exactly how I see my friends. Today, I'm the owner of Champion Design. I know exactly how I see people when I drive my car, passing through, seeing my friends, seeing other people. Sometimes they're angry. I know they want to do something. It's not that they are lazy, but sometimes they sit on the checkerboard. They are there often. And if you want to help people in society, you should firstly look at the problem of the people. So my district is like there are a lot of people who want to find themselves fighter. So what can I do different? As a businessman, currently, I've talked to my partners. And today, we have 2 factories that is currently being built in my district. Mount Barkley, Mortar, the juice factory in Mount Barkley. And there's a wire factory in Mortar. I'm talking to people to make sure I bring them in.
Was that through your advocacy?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. So I'm talking to people to bring them in. When those factories are built, you will have people being gainfully employed. I'm not coming to be a lawmaker to say, okay, there's a lawmaker who will come, and then when he get money, he will divide it with people, he will divide rights with people. No, we are creating avenue. We are using what we have to get what we want. So we know exactly that we are from a particular posture, and we have to make sure we tread on that same posture. So, like I said, being a developmental leader, like I talk about industrialization, wherein myself to adjust, I just got a water space that I can be able to start a hair factory
In your district.
in my district. In
So
my
are you running any business in your district currently?
currently, yes.
What is that business?
Or the petrol station and the mini market. That those ones are in the district. And I also have a space at the truck garage that I have a large billboard that I just got. I also want to open a gas station there. But my major point is not just about opening those mini gas station, mini market that cannot. You're talking about thousands of people. So currently, like I told you, I have over 200 plus employees. So if you want to mitigate poverty in a district like that, you have to think for the people. So what I'm doing currently is that I'm thinking for the people.
You want to reconcile the district. You want to industrialize the district. What else do you want to do?
So I am moving on a triple E and a triple R policy
Okay.
that I've crafted, and that policy is something that I brought in, and the idea have worked. Like we have on the triple E, we have education. Currently, we have help at least little over 300 persons or students.
And you say how many people you have in your district? Registered voters?
61,500
and what?
79.
79. And you're talking about giving 300 people education. Go ahead.
Yeah, 300 persons. Yeah, currently that we have at least tried to educate through not just scholarship but financial aid.
Okay. So,
Okay, so I'd like to take you back a little bit. I hear you talk about reconciliation in your district. I didn't hear how you were going to reconcile the district. There is a need according to you for reconciliation in your district, but how are you going to do that? I hear you say there was a war where Christians and Muslims. Are you insinuating that in district number 2, there is a certain place where Christians don't pass and Muslims don't pass?
Oh, so yes, I'm telling that they are fear. They are fear.
Fear for what?
For like you said, for not passing at a particular place, especially at a certain time of the night.
Where is that place?
We have chicken farm, we have Jacobstown, we have truck garage, we have a lot of places.
So who's afraid to pass in truck garage or chicken farm? And who is distinguishing Muslims from Christians when they are passing there?
So yes, I'm telling you that there are places that we have dominant Muslims, and there are places we have dominant Christians.
Okay.
And when I tell you that meditation need to be reconciled, it's something that you have to understand that there are people who still feel without fear. Like if I go to the Muslim man, I'm telling you, say, oh man, you can come to me at 10 o'clock at this particular place. Say, boss, I cannot come on that side. You just take for the fact that you as a person, you have your brother or your sister that during certain time they lost their life in a short time. Because my friend, like Chocope, also a guy who know, my friend died during that particular war too.
That was many years ago. And so, and if you're insinuating that as a result of that, people still are, at each other's throat, then how are you going to reconcile them?
Very good. That's a question. So to reconcile them is this. So on my campaign team, we have some Imam council, we have some pastoral network council. So what we do is that we get to the mosque, we get people in the mosque, influential people like Imam or whoever. We put them on the bull, on the reconciliation bull. I cannot be the point to go to do all. We have a town hall meeting, tell them that you control this mosque, you control this mosque, you control this big church, you control this church. We need you people to be on the board. Now we work together to make sure we find an applicable means of making our people in the district feel at ease at any time.
Okay, so when you have the Christians and the Muslims on a board, then the board is going to make sure that people can move freely to those places. I heard you talk about Choose Factory and what did you say, Wire Factory?
Sure.
Who are the owners of those factories?
Okay, so the juice factory is owned by Mayank Ayot. He also run a Nikon, and he's my partner. The wire factory is owned by Mohammed, who is a Liberian also, and
So you ask them to carry those factories in the district?
sure. And currently, what I'm doing is I'm also carrying another person again to the district tomorrow. I'm taking another person to the district tomorrow.
When you say you're taking another person, what do you mean?
It's not always good to call people name. I know I'm taking the
No, you have to call the person's
yeah,
name.
Yeah, I'm taking another person who want to build a lead ball factory tomorrow to the district. And trust me, I've already negotiated all the terms, and the person is feeling at ease to make sure they open a lead ball factory. My aim is that once those factories are open, they will not use people from India or Lebanon or Brazil to work there. We'll have at least part of the manpower from Mandeshu to become employed.
So the juice factory, how many persons are employed, or is it something that is?
I said it's ongoing. It's not. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you will have influence when those factories are up and running.
Very
to have
good.
people are working there. You said you have 200 plus employees. Are all of them from the district?
No. I have a farm in Bombing, and the farm in Bombing have pretty close 87 person working there, and that's Bombing. You cannot have everybody. I only have 2 person from the district that's working on the farm in Bombing.
Only 2 persons from the
From the
district.
district that's working on the farm in Bombing. That is Bombing Hills.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the managers and other people. Yeah, but Champion Design, we have bulk of the people working at Champion Design.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So you talked about education and you were concerned about education. What is your concern about education and how do you intend to help, the people in your district when it comes to education?
So yes, like normally when I go on a program, I don't speak for just giving. Like I said, I don't just give scholarship, but I give financial aid. Because when I lost my father in 6th grade, I was not the 190 guy. So normally when the guest speaker come in to speak, he gave scholarship, and scholarship I gave them to scholars. So they will give it to the dudes or maybe something like that. So my average will be around maybe 70, 80, whatever my average was, because I used to go to school, come back from school, and have to go and sell kerosene matches. So I never had the time to really meet up the mark. But then when a guest speaker or somebody come to campus, we all trying to find means to get scholarship. But again, we won't get scholarship because our average mark does not meet. Yes, does not meet the particular school of a scholar. So what happens is that we go to school, we look at somebody with the lowest average too that also pass, whether 6th grade or 9th grade or whatever the case may be. That's the reason why you find out in my district I have the highest financial aid scheme when it comes to school.
You have the highest financial aid scheme. You're talking about amongst the candidates in your district?
Sure.
Okay. So what have you done in the district besides your business?
Yeah.
And before I go to that, do you have to be a lawmaker to help a lot of people when you're doing so well in business?
So there's 2 questions. So
No, I've not asked the second one yet. I want you to address that one first. The one that has to do with whether or not you have to be a lawmaker to affect the lives of a lot of people in your district when you are a businessman, and via your business you can also help other people.
So yes, like I told you, and from the onset, I told you that yes, I'm a businessman, and I'm doing so well. I like the way you put it. I'm doing so well, which is truth. Do I have to be a lawmaker to help a lot of people? Yes, I have to be a lawmaker to help a lot of people, because there are opportunity that is given in that posture to help a lot of people. There are eminent domain. There are a lot of things that will go out there. We travel around the world. We know exactly what we need to do to
You can
help
only travel
to
when
bring.
you're a lawmaker.
No, I've traveled as a businessman. I have traveled as a businessman.
So why didn't you bring that same help as a business?
So here is it. Like I told you, you got a lot of help. Like I just mentioned, Amen and Domi. You have a lot of help. Like when you travel to a country like maybe India, like the last time I was in India, and I'm talking to this businessman. We're trying to make sure we have a business brought in to Liberia, and he asking me to meet. To mix, people from the government, people to meet at this particular place, so at least you can have some security. And then it took us some time. We tried all we could, but it's like it's not working. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't work. So it's like when you have those power, it helps you a whole lot to bring in a lot of development within your country.
How does
And-
that happen? As a lawmaker, what is your understanding when it comes to bringing in a lot of development to your district or your country?
So, like I said to you, I work before at the Morville City Corporation,
Okay.
and I was one of the deputies to the mayor of Morville City Corporation. Resigned a year ago, and then I traveled as a businessman, and then I brought in some food aid, some food aid business from India. And when I used the postshot of the business world, and I said, we had a thing, we went far, and then we went through some other means, and then the guy said that we have to get government involved, we have to get some things involved. So I utilized my DG position, Director General position, and then when we knew that was possible, we got in contact with the boss, and then it was a smooth ride for me. That's how we were able to bring in some machines. So there are a lot of opportunity that.
For your business, right?
No, not my business.
For what?
For the food aid business. Yeah, at least the
Whose
food.
business is that? Is it not your business?
Yeah, it could be my business. I mean,
So
but
you're a
like,
businessman now. You
it's-
want to go to the legislature so that you can have an opportunity to, enlarge your business.
No, it was not intended for my business personally, but intended for him to have access to the country and be able to do his business. So it's like, yes, it's true that I brought him in, but it's something that was able to aid through the process and it was all the fasting to make sure things work out. There are other things you need to understand. As a businessman, there are things that we will not be able to do in our district. Like you want to start, you see that there are people who does not have water. As a businessman, you only try to bring hand pump or do something of your own.
What's wrong with that?
But you will not have power to maybe call the water and sewer boss and say, there are people who need to do XYZ, because as a private businessman, you do not have that power, that energy to push that line, to even write a letter like that. It will not be committed chairman or something like that. But if you are a lawmaker, you have the power to ask the LEC boss.
You have the power to ask the LEC boss. I'm not
And it can
disputing
speed it,
that.
yes.
But the thing about it is you have the power to ask, and you ask these questions. If your people cannot get the immunity they deserve, what happens? It's only to tell them that I have asked, but it's not happening. Why do you think the current lawmaker is not able to do that? Or do you think that he's not asking those questions?
He's not asking this question. He's not a good lobbyist. He's not asking.
Why do you think so?
Because just the football fee, we had machines on the football fee. The football fee, the people were carrying the machines from the football fee after they used the fees to fix the road. I had to go to people at public work. I had to use my time. People saw me there. I brought in people from public work to make sure at least to develop our fee before taking the machine out. And he was like sitting, doing nothing about it. If I was not lobbying to make sure these things were done, telling the Jaguar football fee, it's just having some rock, maybe we're digging some things and doing something different from there. So he's not a good lobbyist. We have a school building not too far from the district office. That school building was going on during the former regime, but today the school building is still dormant. And trust me, he was saying, I wrote, and then they said they are coming. He's not a good lobbyist. He's a man that just moves angrily every day. He's an angry man moving.
Why is he angry?
I don't even know. It's something that I think you myself know.
How do you know he's angry?
No, you ask me what is making him angry. I said, I don't even know, but I know that he's angry.
Do you just see the main thing that you're
No, not that I think.
angry?
His tone, his body language, the way he talk to people. Listen, there are things that you will know when somebody is laughing, you know the person is happy. When you see somebody laughing, you know the person is happy.
Where
When you
does the
see
district run from?
my district run from the double bridge. It goes as far as Nizo, and then it go behind to Johnsonville, and it goes to Nima United.
Where is your stronghold in that district?
So there's a question that I don't like to answer because like this is my first time running in the district. So I don't like to say this is my stronghold because like if you run in a district, maybe you won the district seat, you saw the number of people that voted for you in this area, you said this is my stronghold. So I mean for the district, I want to be that everywhere is my stronghold.
Where do you live in the district?
I live in Jacobstown, opposite the Lone Star gas station, Lone Star Community 2.
Where are your businesses in the district?
It's in Lone Star Community 1. And I have another one in truck garage as well.
Okay, so that seems to me as your work is in that part of the district.
No, not my work.
What have you done?
My
And-
businesses are in that part of the district.
Yeah, and you're concentrated in that part
That's
of the
where
district.
that's where I
Yeah.
live. Yeah, sure.
What have you done when it comes to the pipeline end, the Johnsonville end, and when you say Nimba United, then you talk about the factories that are coming up there. But what have you done what is your visibility in that area?
So in Mount Barkley, the Mount Barkley football fee, currently the Mount Barkley football fee, I donated 50 bags of cement at the Mount Barkley football fee because they wanted to make a mini sport page. So as a young man, I donated 50 bags of cement. And currently, if you go at Mount Barkley football fee, you will see that they are just trying to build at least something like seating capacity.
When did you do that?
I did that like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. In the Mount Barkley end, where you got the Mount Barkley old fee. In the Mount Barkley old fee, we have almost 3,000 inhabitants. Every next season, the Mount Barkley old fee community, what happens is that they have to move from the community because they have serious flood problem. So when the flood comes, the water goes all in their houses. So what happened is that they said the road lawmaker, the road other people, and they phoned to me. What I did was that I took in the excavator. I took the excavator. We had to detour the water from the community, and the water were able to flow down to the river. And today, the people of Mount Barkley Ofi, they are living better. Today they are living, and then they are not having any issue with flood, even though it's raining now. But today at least they are living better. That's Mount Barkley.
Okay.
In the Mount Barkley, there's a bridge called the Alan Eve Bridge, where my current chairman try at least to initiate it, and then he tried to build a bridge, which of course the bridge is completed, and at least I was able to invest into that particular bridge because the people from Royal Committee could not easily go to Mount Barkley. And so they could not easily go to Mount Barkley. They had a spring bridge where they had to take out, they call it Alan Eve Bridge, because they have to take out their clothes to walk in the water to make sure they can get to the other side. And as I'm told, people also lost their life in that water. So I want to contribute to that particular bridge. In Mount Barkley or in Johnsonville, Turning Point, currently in my district, I have decatalized my district. My district, you don't enter my district with all, how you guys say, free more data. No, we don't do that thing. I have 5 different spots in my district that people go there to research. They go to use
Where are
the
those 5
Wi-Fi.
spots? Where?
15, and also 5.
Where are those 15 spots?
We have one at Mount Barkley Turning Point. We have one at Peloton Junction. We have one at Pepperwoodstown. We have one at Jacobstown, Lone Star Community 1. We have one at Jacobstown, Lone Star Community 2. We have one at Dickinstown. We have one at Rehab. We have one at Peace Island. We have one at Kwanwen Community. We have one at Chicken Farm. We have one at Church Garage. We have, I don't know how many I've listed.
So, do you have any at Turning Point?
Johnsonville Turning Point? Yes, we have one at Turning Point.
So where, because at least I want all the other places you're calling, I can just pass there.
Yeah.
But where at Turning Point do you have it that people go to, use free Wi-Fi?
So there is, I don't know the name of the business center, but I know that there's a business center right at the turning point there.
So many businesses, right?
Yeah. So what we will do is that I think maybe, but what we do is if the person is listening to us, maybe they may let it call. But I check my phone and give you the name of that place. I'm not the one that will say, okay, this particular place, but right at the turning point, which way you're using. Once you're leaving from Puebla and you're going to the turning point, right before reaching the turning point, the first entertainment center there, there is where they have the one.
They play a big bebo.
Very good. They play a big bebo.
So
So right in that place,
in
there's
the
a free
entertainment
Wi-Fi.
center.
There's a free Wi-Fi there.
Okay,
That
so
any
only
part
people
of
who
any part of that place, you sit, you can get the Wi-Fi. Even sit on the road, you sit across the road, you sit wherever. There's a free Wi-Fi there.
How long is it going to be running for?
Oh yeah, I've been there for the last 6-7 months.
How long is it going to be running for?
It's going to be running forever.
How is that possible?
The thing is like being a leader, being a 5G leader, like I told you, I'm a businessman. It's easier to do things once you have connection. Like in my district office, you see people cooking there, they're eating.
Yeah,
you see
because
people,
you go in the elections, you want people to vote for you.
No, it's not. No.
If you don't win the elections, people will be eating their steak.
No, it's not what you think.
But they were eating.
But
It's not
they were
what
not
you
eating
think.
that before. And
now
now
they're
going to
eating there
elections,
now.
they're eating there.
No, it's not going to election. There's something that has been happening for years. We've been dividing people.
You've been cooking at your district office.
No, I'm not having district office.
Huh.
I'm
So
not having
from the
district-
day you open the office, people started cooking there.
Sure.
And that is going to continue even if you don't win.
So there's it. We have brought something called the welfare center, and the welfare center will not just be the district office. Currently, I have like 5 offices within district number 2. So it's not just, that's just the head office. I have 5 offices within district number 2. Like you see how people will be eating, yes, it's true. But again, there are things that we have seen outside the country. I have gone to other countries. I have gone to America. I have gone to Europe. I have gone to China. I have gone to those countries. There are things we see different that we need to bring into our country.
Such as what?
Like the welfare center. The welfare center is something that you got connection with Sati brothers. You got connection with the people there. Oh man, I have a place that we can at least people when they're hungry, they can go and sit and eat. And trust me, people
And they will just give you money for people to sit there and eat.
People donated 50 bags of rice. Some people donated 100 bags of rice. And when they see people getting people to go and eat, they go to see pictures. Yes,
Those
they will
same
definitely
people
donate.
who are donating the 10 bags of rice, the 50 bags of rice, they're supporting you to win the elections because when you win the elections, you have to pay them back.
No. It's not about. Listen to me. We're talking about having a welfare center. A welfare center. There's something called corporate social responsibility.
But all of those people are not in your district.
Are coming. There's something called corporate social responsibility.
Totally agree.
There are things that I do as champion design. It's not all I do that's directly in my district. I sponsor the spelling bee. The spelling bee. It goes for different part of the country. I've been like a sponsor for the spelling bee in the laboratory entertainment world. I have been sponsoring artists.
Yeah, but it's not
So,
your district.
it's
It's a wide.
You
Yeah, but no.
Lives, right?
You're saying that they have to help, they have to do it because when you win, they will have to get back something.
Are
No.
you talking about Seti
So-
brothers? If you are,
So my issue is that the reason why I don't like to call names is because I just like just leave it like that to know that there are people who are donating to make sure these things, at least when it comes to the welfare of people, you'll know where to go.
yeah, but we know
So-
that's what the politicians do. They get in contact with these people when they are running in elections.
I just
and when
told
they
you-
win these elections, they have to pay these people back.
Today,
President.
I just told you that there is something called corporate social responsibility.
I agree.
And if you know that this person has something called corporate social responsibility that they can do X, Y, Z, like let's say ELBC should have something called corporate social responsibility in their budget. If you know the way out, you get there. Oh, ELBC, yes, I want you to play this particular jingle. It's all about rape. So, okay, let's play. Okay, this one we don't have to take money for it. We'll play it free. It doesn't mean that ELBC wants something in return, but it's part of corporate social responsibility to make sure.
Don't
they
compare
play-
ELBC to you.
No, I'm just
running
I'm-
to be ELBC not running in
but-
election.
but I-
We have corporate social responsibility to our community here. But you're running in the elections, so you want to win the elections. If you get people to support you, those people you have to pay back. It's not free, because those people are business people. It's not free, and you will not sit there, test there and tell me that it's free. Besides education,
It's
reconciliation, and the factories you have encouraged to come to your district. What else do you think is lacking in your district for which you want to go to the legislature to change?
So the one major thing in my district, like I just mentioned, I don't like to bypass. I would like to stick on it. It's empowerment
How do you intend to empower people in your district?
through the factory methodology, and that is something
The
that's
factory
very
that they're
key.
building?
Trust me, like I told you, I just acquired a land space
Where?
in the Johnsonville Inn
To do what there?
to build a hair factory.
So that I
You
have
don't-
factory will be waiting for a get a job?
No, you don't see it like that. You don't see it like that.
I'm asking.
Like I
Because
told you, I already have people working. So you can't say that the hair factory will be waiting for to get a job. If the man have not done anything in his own life, they said to tell future performance is to look at the person's past performances. So
you've been in
can-
business for more than 10, 15 years.
and and as a young man, I tell you that I have over 200 employees. Isn't that? I mean, doesn't that
I applaud you for
speak
that.
volume?
I applaud you for that.
Sure.
But my attention is on the district right now.
Yeah.
What you want is the votes of the people in district number 2. So your business has employed more than 200 persons. We give it up for you, because as a young man in Liberia, having that amount of people employed is very, very good. But when you go into our district to run, I'm from that district. If you go into our district to run, we want to know what you have offered the district. It's obvious that people want to know. And what will we get in return? The people of district number 2, when they make you their leader. So I hear you say, you will reconcile the district. That's a good thing, right?
I can first. So you from my district?
I'm from district number 2.
Wow. Wow, that's good. You see why you're talking to people from the district? It shouldn't be that hard for me. I'm talking to somebody from the district. So I mean, if you were asking the question, where do they have the Wi-Fi? So I mean, it's just easier. You can just drive by, ask the question.
Trust me,
So,
I will go there
Very
and
good.
see what I will.
So-
And if I don't get it, I will come back on this radio and say that vla.
very good. You'll be doing extremely well.
Okay.
So yes, it. And when you go now, stop the peloton too. Don't just you'll see at least like 2 or 3 on
I
around.
will check my own first before I go to Peloton.
So
So
okay.
reconciliation, bringing factories in the district is a good thing. You say education. What else?
So we talk about electricity. Electricity is key. Like we want to have a developmental integrated system within our district.
What does that mean?
Okay, the developmental integrated system is something that, like I said to you, you want to lead 61,000 persons. You have to think, what is it that I can do different that Brother X and Brother Y have not done? We want our district to be a different district that other lawmakers will see us and be jealous of us. So when I talk about the developmental integrated system, it's a security system put in place wherein you know that our district would need an ambulance. That we don't have to, when somebody is sick, you say, oh, you got to call the other person. No, we know our district will also need at least a fire truck. That we don't have to run to this place. Our district will
Where you getting
need
money from for other thing?
you
Lobby
say,
again.
you say, I'm a good lobbyist. Trust me, I'm a good lobbyist. I am a very good
So
lobbyist.
I'm concerned about the electricity. I know the people in district number 2, when they hear you talk about electricity, their ears are all open. What is it you're going to do when it comes to electricity?
So, okay, firstly, let's understand that when we started moving in, people had some issues. You found that I gave a generator first to a church. I gave 2 other generators to 2 different malls. It was like power supply to make sure we power those places. But again, what happened lately is that the KFW project kickoff, and then they have electrified a lot of places in that particular district. So all we're doing now is that we cannot like people say, you cannot know a God that you want to still pray to, you want to look for maybe Mary Magdalene or so. You just use it straight. So send the need of electricity. I mean, the government have seen it and have started pushing it It's just a matter of you just lobby and make sure you be able to extend it. Our idea first was to make sure we have a solar panel hub within the district. Now the first thing we try thinking on doing. Now we got the space to have the solar panel hub. In a twinkle of an eye, we saw the KRW project picking up. They started planting poles.
So the poles you see over there means that everybody in your district are current?
No, at least in my district, to be honest with you, I mean, we should praise the government. In my district, more than 75% of the people in the district are current now. Yeah, sure. Okay. I'm sure about that.
Okay. Do you intend? What kind of bill do you intend to profile when you go to the legislature?
So these are things that, like I said, I will only say one because I don't want to say something at the end of the day, then somebody just copy it because I mean this is a national radio. Somebody copy
Lord.
it in
You want somebody taking your idea.
My idea, very good. So there is a tourism bill that property comes from the entertainment sector that need to be passed. Like for instance, other countries you go there, you see their advertisement, the billboard, the radio, the TV. They use their local stars. They use the radio presenter. They use the DJ. They use the entertainer. They use the musician. I mean, they use the people. But in our country, there's no law that says when you orange or you Lone Star, you have to use our local content. So sometimes you see some of the billboard, you see Messi. Sometimes you see different people from other countries. And there's something that should be binding, that if you want to do this, you have to make sure you use our people, our local people. If you want to sell this drink, you have to use it. If you want to do this on the cell phone, you have to make sure you use our local content. Now, the bill, when that is passed, what happens is that the price tag for entertainer will increase. Because when somebody come to you, Washington, and say, "Oh, we want to use you for our stuff," you say, "But I mean, it's like in our law, it's mandatory that they use one of us. So I mean, I cannot use myself for 1,000 or 5,000.
What kind of billboard get Messi on it or Ronaldo in this country? Because most of the billboards we see the same people in this country on those billboards.
Just for the few. I mean, then maybe you're not looking at people.
What am I looking at?
You have to really check again. Because it's me.
So what
you are talking to somebody.
I know I'm talking to somebody who, you champion designs. But the thing about it is most of the billboards we see, even Lone Star, Orange, they do anything, they'll do it with, our local stars. That is something that, has picked up or kicked off. So what is the bill going to be called? It will be incumbent on these people to do that, but that doesn't, in any way, if that is going to happen, it will affect the whole country and everybody. But I'm talking about something specific to your district that, will, affect the lives of people in your district. Is there anything you're thinking about?
So, I mean, there are a lot of things I'm thinking about. Like I said, I'm not going to mention that. This is the one I can discuss for now.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't want people.
Let me stick with you a little bit because you're trying to be skeptical. Well, you're the guy who was managing the group So Fresh, right?
Sure.
So how did it go?
Oh, it went well. I think I took their career from one level to another level.
How did you leave them? Because I think some people are asking, how did you leave them? In a sense, did you leave them with any misunderstanding? How did it end?
No, I didn't leave them with any misunderstanding. I mean, it's a contract, and the contract have bounding rules. They have terms and conditions, and you go for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and when the time have elapsed, you can, give them a swift path, give them a tap on the back, and make sure, they carry on. But and I think you saw my level of work when I was with them. You saw they hosted, the biggest concert that since I even left from the entertainment sector. I don't think any artist.
You're speaking more about entertainment. You're talking more.
You asked about entertainment.
No, you talk about a bill I think the bill of what? Using people on the billboards, right?
I only gave one. I was talking about television. I was talking about radio.
But you're talking about prioritizing tourism, something like that, right? Now I am asking you, speaking more of entertainment because you are into entertainment business, right? How have you affected District Number 2 with entertainment? There are a lot of talents in District Number 2. There are musicians, there are actors and actresses in District Number 2. How have you affected those talented folks in district number 2?
So there
What entertainment program do you run there?
so yes, in my district, there, like you said, there are a lot of talented folks within my district. And in my district, even at our office, we have a giveaway for young artists coming up, where you go at least on a Saturday, you perform, there's some freestyle, whatever. We give you at least something. I don't know the price tag, but I think it's that DJ Vision. He run that stuff, but it's something around maybe I think $50 per
You were
person.
able to promote So Fresh. You were able to promote them to the. I'm coming, Edwin.
It's not just So Fresh that
Yeah, but So
I've
Fresh-
managed in Liberia.
Yes, I'm
I managed
coming.
Joseph Dean. I managed KCW.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, okay, all of those big names you were able to promote them. But I'm talking about were you able to spark? Don't you believe that the same talent in So Fresh and Joseph Day and Dench or KCW? Don't you think you have the same thing in district number 2? Have you been able to bring a So Fresh, what is his name, KCW from district number 2? Have you been able to do that?
So what I did was, like I said,
Please speak to the microphone.
Yeah. So what I did was that I opened avenue so they can be able to expose their talent. And exposing their talent, at least they can be able to benefit something. Now, like that, for instance, I was not a person to go and have a maybe talent hunt. You know what I'm saying? It was not a talent hunt. It was something like you're making sure things work up in your own career. Then, like, let's still go. Somebody is watching your back, be watching your stomach. So, I mean, if there's an artist in my district that at least is benefiting this thing to go for his studio time, I mean, once you hit and things work up, we definitely work. I can help you to pay for your studio time or so. That alone is an employment.
You've been doing that.
Sure, I've been doing that.
Now, but I was concerned. Since you want to be representative district number 2, there are also, I was thinking, how have you been working with the females, the ladies, in your district, women? How have you been giving to them? How have you been empowering them? Because they're called the weaker vessel. So how have you been working around women impactation?
So currently, we still have our pageant still ongoing for the district.
Okay.
And that pageant is bringing about a drop tag vehicle. It's not just ordinary. It's not just ordinary car. I think I posted the car on my page. It's not just ordinary car. That pageant, at least in my district, for once you have the queen of that district riding a drop tag, and that alone is an empowerment.
You the one providing the car?
Yes.
What is your plan for the disabled people, the market women? What is your plan? Because you seem to be more concerned about the younger people in your district. What is your plan for these other people?
So there's a whole hope when it comes to the market women. I'm always helping market women. I'm always helping them. So when it comes to
What kind of help are you giving them?
I've given like a bundle of zinc to sing the market of Nicholson. I've given a bundle of zinc to sing the market of Perusta. I've given a lot of things to the market women. A lot of things.
The disabled.
The disabled, normally I've divided full item with them. I've given them, given some people crochet. I've given some people, because of wheelchair or what it takes. I've helped them in my own weak way. But again,
What you will do for
okay,
them?
very
What's
good.
your plan for them when you become their lawmaker? That is just,
But again,
handout.
Yeah, but again, there are programs I've written, and that program is set aside for disabled. It also set aside for the at-risk youth.
What is the program all about?
So this program is something that, as a person, you should not. When a baby is coming down the river, and then you pick the baby, or somebody's putting the baby down the river. What happens is that to solve that matter or to mitigate that particular issue, you have to go up the river to know where that baby is coming from. Who is putting that baby on the basket to keep on coming down the river? So like our country, I did a study that our country breed at-risk youth. Every day we breed more than 5 at-risk youth. I know people call them Zogo or so. We breed them. So these things are things that we need to work on. We cannot say, okay, we just get them food. We get them food out there. So you get them food. It is okay, you get them food. So what you can do different is that you can have a hub for them where they too can be there. Like for example, you can detox them, and they can be in that hub. They can go through some classes. This person can work or they can go through serious training, whether masonry or carpentry or computers or whatever it is. They go through it, and after some time, you can still be able to place them to a place of work to help them
How
fully.
many Zogos do you have in your district approximately?
To admit, I have not counted them, but trust me, we have a lot of they call it gaps. We have a lot of gap within.
So your
within
intent is
district.
to have a hub. You're gonna build a hub and keep them there and detox them. You're gonna go to the ghettos and find them there and take them to that hub you're talking about.
Very good. So there are a lot of times I see people go to the ghetto. I've done it too. I know that. I mean, that's like, say, brothers, what you beating for the dog get dry. You go to the ghetto, you give them small hand up, you give them rice, you tell them, I may not do anything yet. They say, yeah, myself, I want to move on there. You pray along with them. But that's not the major help. You need to have that help. This is something like that.
How many hubs do you think your district would need?
We're going to build one hub.
Where?
In the center of my district, we can build one hub. It doesn't have to be, a lot of hub within the place. You can build one hub. And one good thing I understand about them is that they are already willing to leave. I think they have recognized that what I'm doing is not the right thing. So once you want to take them, they will definitely go in.
Okay.
And once you
We need to
detox
go
them,
to the lines, but the disabled people. You didn't.
They talk about them.
You're talking about those who are on drugs. Agreed, but the disabled.
so like I told you, I've been giving out hand, I've been giving out things to the disabled. I've been going to orphanage home. I've been going to
I seen
the
you
disabled
do with
home.
lawmaker.
But no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying to you that to solve problem is not just to give hand up.
Okay.
It's about creating the situation that the person too can become empowered.
Okay.
So, like for the disabled, they are educated. There are people that can go to school and learn. Not all the disabled. I've seen a disabled man own his own house and his car. It's just a matter of you educating him.
So you educate the disabled in your district.
Because I believe that being disabled, sometimes it play on the mind. There are people who are disabled who have their hands and feet working, but they are also disabled. So the only way you can do it is that it's not just about the man crippled, so it means they're disabled. There are people who are crippled, but they are not disabled. All you do is that just to educate them and make them to be that able body.
How you
You can get the
educate them?
best out of them. Like I said to you, you got to create a hub. You have to create a hub for them.
Small hub you'll be creating.
But if you don't have a place of operation, it's not about hub, especially for the politics, but you don't have to build it. You can have a space rented. You can make sure you have a training center for them. For them, they don't need to be detox or something. So you have a training center for them.
So you just have that training center, and all of the disabled people in your district can come there. Whatever they need, they can be given that help free of charge.
Sure.
Who's going to pay for that?
That's what they call lobbying.
That's what
So
I mean.
that's going to be on your shoulders. We're about to go to the lines, and
That's what they call lobbying. No, Didi, you may not know the power of this young man here. I'm a very good lobbyist.
Okay, Edwin, being a very good lobbyist, before we get to the lines, please answer this question. What is going to be your reaction? You spoke about drugs, right? What is going to be a reaction with the creation of ghettos in your district? How are you going to react to that? Are you going to work with people to get them off your district? How are you going to react to ghettos, the creation of new ghettos in your district?
So I will reserve my comment for that.
Why?
Because
Let's go to the
because I
lines.
don't want to speak to that right now.
Okay, so let's get to the lines.
Yeah.
0880-514-096 and the numbers. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
All right, I'm fine, and you?
I'm good.
I'm John Gawakama calling from Marshall Community District number 2.
Go ahead, District 2.
Let me extend my thanks and appreciation to the developmental people of our district in the Wofuno area for the numerous developmental initiatives across our length and breadth of our district. And let me shortly speak to the educational sector of his contribution on the Wofuno area as a youthful leader and then contributing to the youthful populace of our district. As such, just go on. We were able to send six females at the development initiative program in the junction, and by that, those girls graduated from that school and they are into the society making progress. Hello?
I said, Jade Gomo, like the PR for the man. Okay. And now you the PRO. Thank you, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you come from?
My name is Jake Pico. I'm from District 2.
Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, first thing, I want to appreciate our Honorable P. Ellen Taylor for his splendid deliberation on the radio. I'm one of the beneficiaries of Honorable P. Ellen Taylor. If you come in District 2, P. Ellen Taylor, he is a man I cut across the entire district.
Oh, we lost you there, Edwin. It's so unfortunate. Let's go to the lines and take calls. Good evening. Good evening. Oh, you can't be listening to the monitor, man.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Go ahead. Please reduce the volume of the monitor, please.
Calling from District 2.
Go ahead.
I want to tell the Honorable thank you, but somebody serving as coordinator for him to District 2, and he wasn't recovered was there for him. The person went, he sent a team to that place and they took the man who held the picture. I think they sent on Facebook, but to my surprise, this one time they said the person went to tell it and I get it to the man. Will you be able to help people in the district? That's my question to him.
Okay.
You understood his question?
You understood it?
Because myself did not
He
understand.
said you send somebody.
I sent it out somebody and I don't know.
I didn't understand.
Hey, get it clear. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name and where you come from, sir?
Yes, good evening. My name is Lindsay P. Cooper. Lindsay P. Cooper, and I joined this discussion from Duporo in district number 4.
Go ahead, Lindsay.
Yeah, so thank you very much. Let me the guest in studio. He said a lot of good things, especially in respect to his social corporate responsibility. But there is one thing I would really like to say, and I will ask a question. In this process, it is about time we make our Liberian people to understand the role and of the lawmakers. Those that are contesting for the position of a representative at the Capitol building should be able to tell the people the responsibility of a lawmaker. And they should go to the people, let the people make them to understand those basic needs.
What is your point, sir? Go to the point. We don't have all the time in the world.
Okay, so you ask him a question, what's his plan? You ask him what's his plan for women empowerment in his district. And he said the queen parading in the district is another form of empowerment. So my question is, how does parading in the district has a trickle down effect on the old man that lives in the district in district number 2?
Okay,
Thank you. You will answer that question. I hope you're taking the questions now, sir. Good evening. Good evening. I think we can take the next caller. Good evening.
Yep. Good evening, Washington, and good evening to State City and your guests in studio.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, this is C. Anshon Bapu, chairman for We Are One Round State Service. I listened to Honorable State and let me commend him because I have little part of play in District 2 there, and I've seen him mark there. But let me talk about it later, but I want to know, right now in our politics, we have two major contenders, meaning our president and the opposition leading political party, the United Party. And I know that he's running as an independent. After following all those developmental projects that he are undertaking in his district, I want to know the two major parties, the CDC and that.
I'm not an independent, sir.
The United Party, which party will he support for this presidential election? That's not.
Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Hello?
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 Yeah, thank you. From Blue Star Community 1, this is Augustus Kanawagaga.
Go ahead,
And as
Augustus.
usual, I call you from Chicago. So, first of all, let me say thank you to Honorable P. Edwin Stacia for the splendid deliberation. Sat and listened to him keenly, and he touched so many points that are affecting the level who are district number 2. City and out of Washington, to be clear with you, in District 2, if today was election, there is no other candidate can defeat Honorable P. Edwin Stacia.
Thank you, yeah.
This is a candidate method.
National Election Commission District 2.
Yes, what he did. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
I am James T. Wheeler, calling from Johnsonville, Peloton Junction, calling this ticket at the area where Honorable Pierre Tiger had installed.
Using the Wi-Fi.
Yes,
Go ahead.
doing Wi-Fi business.
Okay.
Okay, and as such, let me first extend my thanks and appreciation to Honorable Pierre Tiger, who have provided Wi-Fi for us, and not just me, as a developmental young man who are rehabilitated 27 federal roads in our district and all of Kennedy. You know, you have been away for a while. We have rehabilitated 27 federal roads in our district as well. And then recently, he just gave a scholarship to
Where are the 27 roads?
You talk about 27 roads. I can even name some. I may not name all. Even the road that passes right before Faladouin Fen is.
Hello? Hello, sir?
He's not on the line.
Okay, we'll leave the line. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
Yeah, the question I posed to the honorable, I'll tell you, never get a question.
Okay.
What question you posed to the honorable he didn't get?
Yes, sir.
I think that's a $30 man. So
Yeah, that's the man.
Okay, I was saying I'm Peter again. Yeah, I said somebody said it as coordinator for him for Johnson Village. And the person
what?
Go ahead, sir.
So and the person working for him and he requested for he asked the man for help for Z. And now he sent people to the place that they took the man hospital and all. I think he sent it on Facebook. He asked the man for help. And now the man who was is leaking asking for help. So my surprise said the man went to him that the last time he needed to tell it and get the message. He now wonder for me. And you can't represent them. Will he help people in the district?
So what the man wonder? Eh?
That's Zin. The message you never wanted.
Oh, so
Zin.
oh, so you wanted the man to buy you hope on the Zin?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. He's saying. I think you listen to the receiver before you answer that question.
Hello?
Hello,
You wanted the man to buy you hope on the Zin, eh? Don't call again because I don't understand.
Hello?
So the man say he want to help your cooking. Touch it out instead of giving you hope on us. The way I can get the people to think that being having on.
Yeah.
So that is the mindset.
Terrible. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you? This is Jackson E.K. Seaton, the chairman for the Friends of Inabono for the re-election person. We are in Maryland County. News is my community whenever I go to Monrovia, so news is very important to me as well as Liberia. I listen to the studio guest. He said a lot of things. My concern is if he's elected, how will he work with police to bring some of the laws we have on the book to be on par with current day reality?
Such as, what are those laws that you're talking about?
Yeah, there are some laws that need some amendment.
What are those laws?
Yeah, one law have to do with the natural resource where you have a land and the government can relocate you. We think that law needs to be need some adjustment so that the person buy their land, and they have resources on the land. There should be some high level of compensation to that person. I want two. Last before I leave the land. Who do you see as his major contender in the nation? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
Yeah, my name is Roland Swada. I joined you from my lower Johnson Fair community to people chat in Kazakhstan community.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, basically, I just wanted to ask a question. It is the man that running on the coalition for democratic change ticket.
No.
No, the man
It's
is
running in
running.
the All Liberian Party.
Okay. Actually, I don't really get information about him, but as I listen to him, the way he wish that he propound, I think he really need to visit our community because we from Kazakhstan community, I think we have a lot of youth here that in the way in which I spoke, I think if he
You're
ever
interested, eh?
to work,
You're interested in him, eh?
actually, he
Okay.
very moved me tonight.
Okay.
So if he ever to come into Kazakhstan
You work on there.
community,
Looking for food. You
Yeah.
work on there. Thank
You
you.
work on, oh, don't worry. You work on there. Good evening. Oh, God.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Can you stop listening to the monitor and get your attention to the phone?
Good evening. I'm Mr. Toe calling from Johnsonville.
Go ahead, Mr. Toe.
Okay, let me bring the monitor down, please. Be patient with me. You getting me clear now?
I'm getting you clear now.
Okay, I really appreciate your studio guests, but there's something I'm in Johnsonville. I'm Chiefs Toe from Johnsonville. The paper weekend market he's talking about, there were I have problem with him. Because paper weekend market did not have no registration problem on scene. It is Bishop Donner who built that market, everything correct. So the one model was doing this way. I will not. It's always me just now, even the one because we know the market. So when one was then you come and know about a couple who is it's wrong. You didn't do those things. Thank you.
He said, "What do you Pape Moko
Take
and Amaba?"
no. Not anymore.
But Pape Moko.
we'll call back.
And
Yeah, but we'll call
I
back.
can't.
He just called it the market.
We'll get a way to get him back.
Okay.
Don't worry.
No, the thing is, if you're listening, Pap, he wants to know. He wants. Hello.
He will call back.
Hello.
Good evening, today. How you doing?
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Okay, my name is Chief Jekele. Calling from Police Academy.
Let's hear you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. I think the candidate, the representative waiting spoke plentifully. But then one thing that really upsets me is utterance. Have movement this evening to go. If you pull on because you want power, so just pull up statements that are far from reality or has the propensity, the proclivity to induce chaos. If you say the Muslims and the Christians are not in good rapport in this to do, which is very, very far from reality. That they cannot portray that this way in a form manner. I know that this was over. There were Mr. Kane, Civil Kane, went on. There are very cohesiveness among the Muslims and the Christians. That war took place from days before every alien became president. And for that time up to now, they have been very united between the Muslims and the Christians. There is no part of this to do that Muslims cannot freely work there or Christians cannot freely work there.
Okay, sir.
Don't portray these messages. Let's get away from this thing so that people will start rewarming old wounds. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
Yeah, I'm James Logan. I'm phoning for my residence in Mount Barkley.
Okay.
Hello?
Go ahead, sir.
You're alive.
Yeah, it is so frustrating to see somebody who said they want to be a lawmaker lying on the radio tonight.
Please just say what you think he has said that is not true. Yeah. What do you mean when you say he's lying? What is he saying that is not true?
Hello?
What is it that he's saying that is not true, sir?
Simple.
He hasn't said that to us that he is supporting independent in Mount Barkley.
Hello? Well, we're not getting you, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the voice of Ezra Musi Jr. and good job conversation from Kiki Farm resident.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let me say a good evening to Mr. Tisha, and of course on behalf of the young people of the community, we would like to extend our thanks and appreciation to him. I'm currently using the Wi-Fi for my phone post, and there are a lot of young people also are using the Wi-Fi, and that's a good one. And before I drop this now, since Titi was asking, why some of the people of Mr. Taylor will brought on, and then when you're talking about the entertainment aspect, you talk about what musicians going through the variable from the country when you say that. You talk about next year, a lot of people you say, oh, where in the country, but then, or you can see TSTV doing that. Check off CTV, maybe you haven't seen that. And many thanks to Mr. Taylor again.
Thank you.
See, DSTV, and people.
Good evening. Good evening. With your two
good evening.
Yep. Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Mohammed Tele, and I do call you for audition number 2 around the Amagashi Bepi shortly.
Go ahead, Mohammed.
Yeah, you know, this is a troubling time, and we want to caution the lecturers of electoral edition number 2 to be very careful as to what decision they make, because whatever decision they make in life for exactly 6 years. Mr. Taylor has been, parading on falsehood and deception.
What is the falsehood now?
The falsehood, the brother said, is a promoter of entertainment. That's a falsehood. The brother said the pageantry he talked about is something that, he has done well with, and that is also remain inconclusive.
So what is it that you expected him to do that he hasn't done, for which...
but that's what I'm saying. You can't say you have done something and everybody...
So he hasn't done anything when it comes to pageantry, right?
No, he hasn't done. This man said he's going...
So he hasn't done anything toward entertainment, right?
And he hasn't done it. Aside from that,
Okay, thank you.
our district should not be given to people that haven't...
Who should the district be given to?
Thank you. The mayor was provided economic opportunity for the people, scholarship, provided a lot of
He
financial
benefited
aid.
from the main financial aid. So who is that man?
I'm talking about Musa Sherry. The mayor who has created, power
Okay.
created created many community rules.
Thank you.
Tell Sherry to count it.
But Sherry will call him. Don't worry.
No, he must tell you to count it.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yep.
My name is Afaki Jumakwan Jigosa.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Honorable Kessler, you see, when you go to a disco, you should go to a disco with a real fact and sincerity. Like, for example, your common mini-mass that you have to lose that one. You know what the manage the mini-mass. The mini-mass have gone down, they have broken down. You see the thing all hanging here and there. Within less than a year time, that mini-mass got broken down. And up to now, you now able to reawake that mini-mass. Then you should entrust with who district have 100,000 inhabitants.
So nothing happening to the minimum right now, right?
Nothing, no.
So if the minimum was up and running, you're going to vote for him, right?
Yeah, that's my management. Of management.
Okay.
Okay.
Lack of
I
management.
think our last caller anyway. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Washington. And let me say good evening to Titi Jibo.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
I'm Lawrence Dennis, and I phone in for Nick Nissan, precisely lecture district number 2. Let me say thank you to Honorable P. Edwin Kessler for his splendid deliberation. You see, Washington, there's a quote that says, he who is not a good servant will not be a good master. You see, district number 2 has experienced over the years total backwardness in terms of leadership, and those who have represented us at the level of the district highest seats.
Go to the point, pa.
For 12 years. No, Titi, I'm coming.
No, we don't have the time for all that. Your history.
Let's go to the point.
And there's a reason why. One reason that irritated me to show my support for this young man is his courage and passion to see how the district, the district can come from these.
Yeah. Thank you.
Baku, thank you very much. Mr. Tilter will come back to you. There are a lot of calls coming in from your district, district number 2. I think you see the way the people are pouring in the calls. But there are a few questions you answered. The man was talking about the Pepper Wulu Town market. He said there was no need for you to send zinc to that market. It was already built. There are other, stuff you could do there. What do you say to that?
So yes, you go to explain a program, and then the market, that's the market president or whoever comes in and say that our market is leaking, we need zinc. And then I say, no problem. Tomorrow or so, you can pass by to this store and you can get at least 5 bundles or so. You go there and get a 5 bundles of zinc. I don't think that's wrong. So I don't know what energy he's using to say that. I mean, it's a lie. I shouldn't have carried zinc there. I mean, if people ask
Maybe
me,
the person you gave the zinc to did not carry to the
no, we have photos. We have the market. The people deliver the zinc on the market, and the marketeer was there jubilating. We got videos as well. Yeah, so that's what it was in the corner. And trust me, that man now, I know you are already placed a call, and then he's she. I'm very serious.
Okay.
I know you are placed a call to the market person or so, and then he's very, very embarrassed right now. By the way, we can stop people from calling. So you can't tell me what to do for somebody.
So the next question, the guy said you should stop the Muslim Christian politics. I think you should use a different route instead of the Muslim and Christian. What do you make of that?
So there's the same thing I was just telling you, like what you said. And there's something that we need to really talk to our people about. Like or Kane call and he said that Sheriff is better. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just come to your mind. Why is it or Kane call and say Sheriff is better, but things is not better? So it's something that our district is polarized, and you can't kill the fight that is not going on. It's a true thing I'm telling you, and that district need to be reconciled. I know exactly what I'm saying. It's nothing like, oh, I mean, you want to create a story, you want to create something. If another maybe Musa call, you say, oh, okay, Shaq Sherry is the best, and that's it. So they don't see it like it's
not idea driven.
Very good. Like it's connection that make this man be a Christian. It's connection that make them be a Muslim. But we all have to, like, when you go at Chama Design, you see my research, you see Muslim, you see Christian. I mean, religious tolerance. You see people working there. But it's not like that. To other areas, so you go there, you see strictly.
So what happened to the minimum? Why is it down?
So the minimum, I mean, that's a good thing that you just said. Even the people that had issue at the minimum, they are now in South Beach that were still pursuing the case. We woke up one night and then we saw, I mean, 2 persons bug around the minimum, took almost everything from the minimum, and we can't open the minimum when it's halfway empty. And at least we're able to use the police, and we got them. Now the two criminals, they are now in South Beach. They're only helping us now, telling us at the PNC code to see how we can retrieve those goods. So that's the reason why we have something, and that's business. Let me be clear with you. In business, I mean, when you see things falling and climbing up, I mean, they have peak season, a lot of things. So when you don't have a lot of art here, doesn't mean that the people here do not know how to run the station. It doesn't mean that. It's just a matter of, like, you're still trying to make sure things work out. So when a business go down for some time, you should ask questions. I know what happened. Like, you ask a question, what happened? So I just gave you a clue. And that clue alone can show you that, yes, we had drinks, we had things in the mini-mark, and we lost close to 16,000 United dollars from that mini-mark.
And the last question, do you have a major competitor? Someone wants to know who the people Edwin Tistel is going against. This is his greatest rival. Do you have such a person in your district?
So what happens is that if you become dominant, when you become dominant, you don't see any competitor. So I don't have a major competitor.
Are you 100% sure that you're going to win that district?
If there was any number after 100%, we could use it.
Who do you support for the presidency?
Also, I am with the ALP, and the ALP does not have a presidential candidate. Until then, we are still having.
So if elections were held today, you will not vote for president?
No, it's not. I will not vote for president. But the issue is that ALP is leaning on the side, and we are all looking at it to make sure we make sure it work together.
So whatever side the ALP leans on, you're going to lean on that side. What would be your parting comments?
So my parting comment is that the people in my district, I'm so thankful. At least we have people calling, we have people looking at things like that. We should know that people will come with a lot of things. But I would like to close on by a parable that Jesus made become a Christian. He said there were 2 men. One was a foolish man and one was a wise man. He said the wise man, the foolish man, built his house in a short time, and he used sand, a lot of things. He's built his house. And the wise man took some time. And then he used pebbles, he used rock, he took time. He energy to build his house. And they said when the wind came, the wind washed away the foolish man's house. And from that story, you should understand that there are people that will come with permanent solution, and there are people that will come with temporary solution. The foolish man came up with temporary solution, even though he had a house, but the wise man came up with permanent solution. So I'm telling you that industrialization is key in our district, that can help to make sure our people can become gainfully employed. Which of course you will check, you see that yes, at least there are effort being applied, that people are building some factory right now. Even if I'm not in the district anymore, whatever the case be, after 6 years or so, the factory will still remain. That is permanent.
So the current lawmaker is a foolish man, right?
No, I'm not. I don't want to go around. I don't want to say that there are people who will come with temporary solution.
Okay.
Temporary solution. And I don't like to be focused on
If you
people.
were to grade your current lawmaker, what would be that?
What would be the
grade?
score?
F.
You made plenty F in school, and how are you grading?
There you go.
I'm honest. I wasn't an A student. Yeah, F.
Okay.
In everything, F.
Thank you very much, Edwin. It was nice having you, and we look forward to more of these conversations.
Thank you, Washington. Thank you, Washington, and thank you to
Yeah, we like to say thank you to the people of District Number 2. I like the way you called, why you had a candidate from your district there. You guys are what, 9 or 8 running in
We
the
are 9.
district? Okay, 9.
And I am at number 9.
Oh, you are at number 9.
Yeah, I'm at number 9.
The ballot paper.
Yeah, very good. I am the struggle.
Okay.
So I'm telling my people to vote number 9.
Okay. Okay.
Struggle.
Shaka, thank you so
Struggle.
much for what you said. What part of the district you live?
I live Lone Star Community 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much for taking up your time to speak with us on Open Conversation. We wish you all the best as we go to the polls on October 10th.
Thank you.
It's Friday. We have to go. We see you when we see you on Monday, God willing. Thank you so much to all of you who made it your duty to listen and to also call in on the program. We appreciate you.
From the east to the west, north to the south, let's come together as one. They say united we stand, divided we fall. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. While you forget that.